Osio, welcome to the Red Road East. I'm your host, Fierce Truth Seeker. The Red Road East is an Indigenous TV program dedicated to archiving and preserving the history, legacy, and culture of the original peoples of the Americas east of the Mississippi River and the Caribbean. So, today we're going to be talking about something of great accomplishment, okay? Something historic. And joined with us will be someone who is no stranger to the Red Road East. And that person is none other than my godmother, Firebird Graywolf. Firebird.
Yo,
Yeah,
hi
what's up?
everyone. How
Yeah,
Awinasa? She was saying hi before the show started.
I saw.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah, so we are glad to have you here today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. And man, you are so important now that I can't even talk to you anymore.
Not really. Not really.
Oh man, I'm just joking.
No. Thank you for the compliment, but just being Firebird, that's it.
Yeah. So,
Being an activist.
yeah. That's it. That's what it's about. So, you did something very special in Washington D.C. Yesterday.
Yes.
That's why I just said I can't talk to you, but you up in the Capitol now. I can't. Not that
Darn.
you were doing important things like that before, so that's nothing new for you. You know, but you got so much on your resume until it's just piling up and piling up and piling up. Your resume spans from all the way from here to Mexico
Up to Canada.
up to Canada. That's how long your resume is.
Well, we have to, all of us, you're an activist.
Yep,
Your
yep.
show is activism because you're teaching, you're doing, you're promoting,
Mm-hmm.
you're including history that's purposely left out.
Correct.
I see that as activismness.
True.
And I appreciate you and all you've done over the 30 years plus um, to support the people.
Thank you. Yeah.
We all have a purpose. We do it differently, but what you're doing is just as important as what the next activist is doing.
Mm. Wow. Yeah.
You
Thank you.
know,
Yeah.
and because of your spirit, that's why you got that special gift.
I had a feeling you were gonna. Something told me you were gonna bring that up.
We're supposed to honor our warriors, our leaders, our activists,
Mm.
and everything. And you really deserve that gift. I mean, you
Oh.
don't have to be shy. But being that you're saying I'm this and I'm that, and I appreciate it, let's talk about you for a second.
Oh man. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I really appreciate the gift. I mean, I'm so honored and humbled. I didn't even know what to say. It's like the highest honor.
Well, you really, really deserved it. And like I said, you may not want to say what it is, but you're
I
very
mean,
well.
you know, I'm not gonna brag about myself. Uh, you know.
Well, I'll say it for you. He received an eagle feather, the highest honor that we can give indigenous person for his great deeds, his activism, his loyalty, his willing to be a team player, um, and the works.
Mm. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. You know, uh, I
Well, it was
humbly,
overdue.
mm, you
It
know,
was overdue.
mm, mm, I humbly accept it. You know, I bow humbly. You know, I bow
Well,
humbly.
like I said, I thank you for the compliments, but I have to pat you on the back as well. We're a team, and we appreciate each other, and I appreciate all the activists in your studio audience doing things for indigenous people on some type of level. I humble myself to you as well.
Oh wow, yeah. You know, for me, I do it. It's a labor of love, and it's you know, I don't do it for any purpose other than honoring the ancestors. You know, I wasn't even gonna mention to my viewers that I received that. You know, I just said a gift. You know, um, but I didn't say what. But you know, because I that would be ego on my part. You know, but you know, I humbly accept. You know.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. And like I said, you really, really deserved it. And thank you once again for having me on your show to tell, some of the works that I'm doing out there. And I really appreciate it.
Mm, mm, yeah, and you went you were asked. So let's talk about yesterday. So you were
Okay.
asked. Okay, yeah, I'll let you talk. Yeah.
Yesterday was the last day of National Native American Month. So we ended it through the Pentagon and the Minority Veterans um, Program or Administration. The Minority Veterans Program is for people like ourselves, uh, anyone identifying as Native American, Alaskan First People, African American, and minorities in the military of all branches. So I was asked to come in and do the closing prayers through the Pentagon, through the Minority Veterans Program, and it was quite an honor.
Mm, wow. Wow. Um, I want to play a quick clip of that on the show.
Oh
Give me
my
one.
goodness. I thought we were going to just discuss it.
Now I don't have the actual part where you're doing the prayers, but I do have it where they acknowledged you and thanked you for doing the prayers. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna. You can talk while I pull this up,
Um,
and I guess I have to do the disclaimer as well, so they don't take the video.
you want to do the disclaimer now or?
Yeah. Well, you talk first. I have to pull it up. Just talk while I'm doing that. Talk to the people for me.
Um, I see Copra Assassin. He's saying love to Awanasa. Avanasa is saying educational purposes only, do not own the rights. Peace and love as the to the elders and the chat. Peace and love to you, Cobra Assassin. Peace and love to you, Awanasi. Thank you for taking your time out to be here. Um, Almost at the week's end. Um, as we as Native Americans, we should be celebrating every day, but we appreciate November being put aside for us by President Bush in 1990s. So I give him a little shout out, and for all the people that were a part of that great signings in 1990. And we now have Indigenous Peoples Day across the country, keeping the spirit alive. We have parades going. We have the Indigenous Peoples of the Americas Parade. We're gearing up for that in a few months. And as Native people, I would recommend in your town, in your libraries, or whatever, speak to a librarian, speak to your councilman, get things going in your own town. We're all activists, and we have the power to make the love spread.
Indeed. Indeed. Okay, just give me one more minute.
I've been enjoying your last few shows as well.
Oh, thank you.
Very interesting.
Mm,
I
wow.
know some people can't deal with reality, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I all I do is I just present evidence. I don't speak from my point of view. I just bring out what's on the record, you know. So, you have people who, push narratives and stuff like that. I never push a narrative. I only put forth what the evidence says, and evidence changes periodically. And as the evidence, new evidence comes forth, I bring forward what I find, you know.
Right,
That's how it's supposed to be, not speaking from what you believe, you know, and things of that nature. And that's why I was given the name Fierce Truth Seeker.
I was there.
Yep, thanks to you and Elder Two Feathers. I was given that name in a naming ceremony.
That's right.
hmm Not like, people out here who are just naming themselves Chief this and Chief that. It wasn't self-proclaimed.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
hmm
And
It
that's the
wasn't.
problem. Too many people are having free for alls
Yeah,
and bringing all kind of concepts into the history that shouldn't be there.
true.
So shows like this are most important. Keep the
Yeah,
good work up.
indeed. Indeed. Okay, so I'm gonna play the disclaimer now. And let's see here. I'm gonna share the screen. Alrighty, so I'm gonna play the disclaimer now, and I'm gonna mute both of our mics while that plays. Yeah, we're having some technical issues. Just hold tight. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
we're having some technical issues.
Just hold tight for a second while I find out what's going on. Okay, let me see.
Sherry, I think he appears muted.
Andrew, do you see him?
Yes, he's about a third down on the list.
Andrew, if you want, you can go unmute him. Okay, I'll try to find him. Stand by.
I don't see him.
It's on the attendees.
Oh, not participants.
I just made him a panelist. We are good to go.
Mrs. McDonough?
All right. Thanks so much. Apologies for I couldn't unmute myself or make my video work, so I apologize for that. I want to start by saying what a beautiful prayer, Firebird. Thank you for that prayer, and thank you for the opportunity to join you. James, thanks for letting me Zoom bomb this great meeting of heroes celebrating Native American Heritage Month. We had obviously get to celebrate that tomorrow in the White House as well, with the annual wonderful visit.
Okay. So
That was the
Firebird.
secretary.
We
That
don't hear
was the
you, Firebird.
secretary of the Veterans Administration. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, hear you now. Wait, hold on. Let me make you. Okay. So you were saying,
That was the actual secretary of the Veterans Administration thanking me. And there are more clips of me doing the whole prayer. But one thing I stressed in the prayer was unity amongst people, no racism. We are all the same. Racism is not going to get you anywhere as an Indigenous person. I always stress that if they do have another Trail of Tears, they won't separate us based on straight hair or anything. They're going to just, you know, take us all. So I did blessings in the seven dimensions, the seven colors, and it was awesome. And I thank them so much for inviting me to be a part of the Pentagon program for National Native American Month. And hope to be doing a lot of other things with a lot of dignitaries in the future. And
yeah,
I thank you once again for inviting me on here, and people like Cobra Assassin, Awanasa, saying so many beautiful things, and it's just amazing. And Awanasa stated that Turtle Gang said that where she is, this Native American land. Well, all of Turtle Island is our land. So wherever someone stepped, no matter where, we were upon that land. And by us doing more programs, the truths are coming out. And I hope during the parade, more loving people will come out and support their heritage, because the world still needs to be educated about us. I mean, they're still calling us minorities, and we appreciate what's being done, but we ruled this land at one time, and we should be able to have it back in a certain way, at least celebrating, not being mysterious people. Um, it's very important. So
Indeed.
once again, I thank you very much for having me on the show and telling us some of the things that I'm doing and working at, the type of dignitaries I deal with. And on a footnote, I just was told at a meeting in Washington that they're working on trying to get the Lumbees federally recognized. So that's going to be interesting as well. That's been a
Mm,
big battle. The Lumbees were very self sufficient. They didn't wait really for the government to give them things. They went out and started their own businesses and shops and etc. So this is going to be interesting how this pans out.
mm, yeah, yeah, it is.
Will it be a step forward or a step back?
Mm, true. That's the question.
That's the question. And we know what federal status really means if you break it down.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. A
You
lot of
might want
people.
to elaborate to your audience.
Oh yeah, you if you are federally recognized, it has nothing to do with whether or not you are indigenous. Matter of fact, all that does is, make it so that, you can open up a casino and, things of that nature. But realistically, you waive your sovereignty because you are a ward of the state when
Mhm.
you're federally recognized. Okay. So it has nothing to do with whether or not you're indigenous. Okay.
Yeah.
People get caught up on that too much.
And truth be known, a lot of the casinos are not even making the money they did at one time. So,
True.
a lot of people want the federal recognition to get a casino, and a lot of places it's not as abundant as it used to be.
And a lot of other hands have their hands in the cookie jar other than the indigenous people.
Indigenous people,
Hmm.
you know,
That's right.
someone is fighting real hard to try to control our parade. Isn't that something?
Mm, mm.
Isn't it something?
It surely is. It surely
You
is.
know,
You know.
and
You
we're
know.
not a casino,
Exactly.
and they see things in their eyes beaming with dollar signs or whatever, forgetting all about the spirit of the event. But
Hmm.
hey, this is in New York City. you know
Hmm.
I mean, I
Exactly.
got a notification yesterday about why weren't we invited,
Mm,
and it's just unbelievable. But you were invited, you
mm,
know, but you were worrying about certain things. So who would want to deal with that? But my whole point is we have to keep doing and promoting our culture, no matter what kind of vultures are out there being negative and they never had an idea or thought, but now they want to jump on and the whole 9 yard and it's just something just amazing, you
hmm.
know. But I, we're not going to let that distract or discourage us. We're going to make it bigger and better because
Exactly.
once you do and deal with the creator, it'll be spiritual.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And for those who are generous enough to leave a donation, I left the info where you can do that in the chat. Okay. And no donation is too small. So,
Mhm.
you know, that's that. And I know, Firebird, that you have to run. So,
Grandma time.
yeah, grandma time. So I won't want to hold you too much longer. Um, but I do thank you for joining us, and congratulations again for your accomplishment and another feather in your cap. You know, yeah, no pun intended. Yeah, definitely, definitely. And so I'm not gonna keep the viewers either, and I'm gonna sign off on that note. And I thank all of those in the chat who joined us. And I'll say in closing, till the next time, Doda da Gaha'i.
Donada Kahani Anikido.